Welcome. Hold up, let me fix this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition to another installment of Hashtag Fade to Black. I am your host, Lamont J. Morris. As you can see, I'm here by my lonesome, but hopefully my panelists will join into the show. But you gotta deal with me. Oh, y'all love me. Y'all stop. I'm used to doing shows all by myself. But first of all, hopefully everybody's day has been going great on this Cash App week for giving out requests. Once again, now outrageous requests. Could be happy birthday, could be, motivation, all that stuff. So Cash App, we will continue. But today we're going to be talking about our network that has been up for a while. But we're going to advertise that much more with the WET Network. But y'all know how we start the show off. First, we're going to start this thing off with our opening statements. So since it's only just me, let me go ahead and start it off. So my opening statement is this. Today is the what's her name? Merkel. I probably got her name wrong. She's the lady that is married to Prince Harry. And she had that interview. I know everybody heard or saw the interview that she had with Oprah Winfrey, where she was told that the royal family was concerned about the color of the baby, which also took in Harry back to as well. Like, damn, you're just gonna worry about the color of my baby? So I feel sorry for Merkel, and I'm saying I don't know if that's her first name or her last name. I feel so sorry for her because it gotta be traumatic when you're married into a family, a monarchy. Let's be for real for what it is. And you get critiqued on the race of your baby to the point where she was thinking about ending her life. And I could imagine anybody who has something like that traumatic happen in their lives. And, I don't want to wish that on anybody. I don't even want to wish that on my worst enemy, where, you're contemplating suicide because of what an outside influence wants you to do or what they have to say. And for people like Piers Morgan to come at her, I actually had to look at the past videos of how he comes hard at her because she basically ditched him and got with Prince Harry. It's like, dude, get over it. I mean, sorry that she had you in the friend zone. But everybody should not be looking at Piers Morgan, who actually stormed off his own set. When one of his panelists called him out on his BS. Look at this story in a light that when you don't get something, it's like what's the Rolling Stones always saying in their song, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need. And unfortunately, people like Piers Morgan didn't get what he needed. Because he didn't get what he wanted, he just became petty and said, well, since I am a high-profile journalist, I'm going to go ahead and do this. But there's a lot of Piers Morgans out there. That one person that, will open the door for you, that one person that will cook for you, be there in your time of sorrow, in your time of need, but they're not your cup of tea. Now, for anybody who's been rocking with this show or rocking with me along with the Alamonte show, I've always said, if you're in the friend zone, it's no use to staying in that zone. You might as well just kick the bricks and say, deuces, we can't even be friends no more. Bye. But there's another when you leave the friend zone and you be petty every step of the way. Then that becomes an issue. Then it becomes a problem. And not only that he was petty, but she was contemplating suicide. So the roosters, as they say, the chickens came home to roost. I don't know why I said roosters, but the chickens came home to roost on Piers Morgan. But there's a lot of those people out there. For those who dealing with people like Piers Morgan, let them be petty over there by themselves. You got enough problems, enough issues to deal with on your own. If it didn't work, it didn't work. That's at least your words. But for all the Piers Morgans out there, worry about yourself. If that person don't care about you, then guess what? Don't care about them. Keep it moving. If you see them on the side of the road or you bump into them, they're not forcing you to say hi. If they say hi, you don't have to say hi back. You could just walk on by. But this is what you get when you don't get what you want and you have yourself a pity party, and then you be petty at every turn and realize you ain't getting nowhere. So in this opening statement, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this. Don't be a Piers Morgan. If that person not into you, they're not into you. And for the ladies that fall, or ladies or dudes that falls under the Merkel sector of this conversation, don't even pay their asses no mind. Period. And that is my opening statement. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the Wet Network once I get everything set up on my end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Before we get started talking about the Wet Network, I got to introduce our sponsor, Real Cheddar Boy Popcorn.com, as it's strewn down at the bottom. 12 different flavors, wonderful, lovely flavors. Here's one of their bags right here, one of their flavors. You can order it online, no matter where you are, they will ship it out there to you. Now, if you live in Washington and you live around the Kent area, that's where their shop is located. They also serve hot dogs. They got the What Up dog, they got the Chill Dog, and they got the Popo dog, which I tried 2 of the 3. I need to try Chill Dog. They also got the Reuben sandwich and also the BLT. Now, I tried the Reubens. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be for real. I'm not a big Reuben's sandwich fan, but trying the Reuben sandwich at Real Cheddar Boy Popcorn, delightful. Got fan for life. Haven't tried that BLT yet, but I'm working on that. But you got to be in the Kent area to get a try of all their different items, as well as their lemonade, their blueberry pineapple lemonade to die for as well. But if you're not in the local area, that's fine. Order there. Mouth-watering, tasty popcorn. It's shown at the bottom, realchildboypopcorn.com. So let's go ahead and talk about the Wet Network. I just wish I had my panelist and also co-founder of the Wet Network. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is the Wet Network? So the Wet Network is our answer to BET. Now, what I mean by that is content creators. There's a lot of content creators out there that's on YouTube that's not getting their fair share. You always get demonetized for something so stupid. You always got to follow these stupid guidelines. You always got to stay within your lane. I'm here to tell you that the Wet Network is sick and tired of that, and we're here to help. So me and my boy Beast Johnson, who, like I said, if you've been watching the show for a while, you know who he is. We have created a network where the creators can be creators and where creators can monetize and get the money the right way. Other than what YouTube is offering, where you have your own channel and you have your shows up, the biggest issue is when your video is done or about to be done, you got these other people's videos that just pops up and you're like, yo, why are somebody else's content is on my videos? You don't have to worry about that with the Wet Network. The Wet Network will run the networks just like a Zach Network. What do you mean by a Zach Network? You know, when you watch CBS or you watch TBS and you watch TNT, all those other shows, that's how we be running the Wet Network, where we will have commercials in between and then your show. No commercials interrupting. So for the viewers, and now I'm going to talk to the viewers now. Viewers, are you sick and tired of when you're enjoying your YouTube channel, a commercial pops up? Now, not trying to rub it in, but I have the YouTube Premium, so I don't have to worry about commercials. But you got people out there that they say, nah, I'm not going to pay for that. I'm just here to watch YouTube. But does it get kind of tiring where you got one video that got at least 4 commercials? Are you done with that? But that's where the Wet Network comes in. You don't have to worry about that no more. If you got a YouTuber that you love watching and just enjoy just sitting back and probably sitting with your girl, sitting with your boy, pause, or whatever, and you don't have to worry about the commercials, well, that's when Wet Network comes into play. Wet Network is breaking a lot of rules, and we will continue to do that, as well as not only just for content creators, but also for the musicians out there. Now, Beast would chime on in and talk about the music side, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take his mic from him since he's not here. So let me go ahead and hold the mic, hold the mantle on that part. So we got a lot of musicians out there that has their own YouTube channel they haven't gotten too much traction because of the algorithm, however you say it, and they're not getting the views that they deserve. That's where the wet network comes in, where we are actually working on a part of the wet network that is dedicated to musicians. Yes, I said musicians, not just artists, musicians, because I see you as musicians that play instruments or put beats together, where it is solely to the independent stars out there. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm so sick and tired of seeing, don't get me wrong, Drake, I love you, dog. But I'm mainly old school music. But when you see music with an artist that's trying to get their name and trying to get their music off the ground, and they're in the same genre, the big stars with the big backing of the labels going to get more of the views than that one independent star or up and coming star. For that star to get any lick of traction, or at least get a little bit of notoriety, is only if they pay for ads for YouTube, they get recognized by the one of the big label artists, or number three, they got a local following. And all three of those are very tiresome. We're here to solve that problem for you. We're here to give you that platform so you don't have to worry about paying for ads or just putting yourself out there much more. I'll go with the wet network is when you upload your content, upload your music to the platform, you let us do the rest. You just keep uploading your content and we will work with you to advertise, to put you out there much, much more. We will give you our word. We will give you our word that we will get your content out there. All you got to do is two things for us. Number one, keep sending your content, keep updating it either daily or twice a week, wherever your schedule is, that your schedule does not change. And then number two, tell everybody to tune in on the wet network. Doesn't hurt. If you got a Facebook page, which obviously I believe each and every one of y'all do. Now, I'm not just talking about musicians, I'm also talking about the content creators. Your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever social medias that you got your content on, or got a handful of fans, or maybe a large group of fans, let them know to tune in to the Wet Network. And by you doing that, you're not only just helping out your cause and helping out your content and helping out your music to get all the streams that it deserves, it also helps out everybody else and all the other content creators as well. Because now, by letting your fans come on the Wet Network, they realize there's a lot of musicians and a lot of content creators here on the network as well, which not only makes it better for you and better for them, it's better for us because we're that alternative of a network. Now, I do want to tell this story. So, story goes like this. I interviewed Beast Johnson on the Alamonte show just before hashtag Fade to Black was, wasn't even a thought. And me and him joked around and we was like, man, BET, and a lot of y'all probably heard know what BET is, but we joked around. We said, man, BET ain't been black since 2001. And we were just laughing. And then Beast just said off the cuff, said, man, you know what? They should might as well call themselves the Wet Network. And I was like, white people's entertainment, white entertainment television. And I had to sit back and I had to think about it. I'm like, dude, you on to something? And he was like, huh? I'm like, yeah. I like that. The Wet Network. I said, think about it. He had to think about it for a little bit, but then he caught on to what I was already hooked on to. He was like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I said the drip of the culture. We are offering all content creators who's having issues, who's having problems in the YouTube game. and then all the other platforms like YouTube. We know that you're having issues. We know that you're having problems, but we're here to solve those problems for you. Grow with us. Roll with us. Have confidence in us. And while I'm doing this, I'm not even showing this right here at the bottom. Check us out. Check our network and see what you think. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, that works fine. That works great. So we can take that content and we can put it on the Wet Network. Now, don't think that this is going to be it for the Wet Network, that we're going to be like this forever. No. We are improving. We're also working on new strategies to make it come out a little bit more. That is actually ours. A platform where people can sit there and say, oh, yeah, that's the Wet Network. Every time they see your show, every time they see something of yours, oh, that's the Wet Network. We got it. We got to roll with it, baby. You know, that's the Wet Network. And that's what we want to do. We want to break the barriers. We want to break the ice for content creators. We want to help out sponsors. We want to help out sponsorships out there, local businesses to advertise on here as well. Not on some, with these crazy ad prices where it's going to break your back. We don't want that. We don't want you to put your life savings just to advertise on this show. But we want to put your business out here so that not only are we supporting you, but you're also supporting the Wet Network as well as the content creators and musicians that are on this network. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wet Network's for real. This is not just something we just put together and we just put up on it. No. This has been calculated. This is something that me and my boy Beast Johnson has been working on for a while. And it's finally pushed out there. And I'm so happy to be teamed up with him where we're coming up with new and enhanced ideas to make it even a lot more better in the future. To where when the content creators finally start to come on the Wet Network and start to bring their content, start to send their fans and their followers to the Wet Network, that they know that it only gets better from here. They are already hooked when they first got there. Now they're going to be even more hooked. And they're going to invite their friends, and their friends going to invite their friends. But it's not only just, like I said, it's not only just for the support for the Wet Network, but also the support of the content creator and the support of the musician. Our success is your success. Your success is our success. That's a perfect 50-50 partnership. Perfect. What other network can say that? Just think about it. What other network can say your success is our success and our success is your success? But let's get to the brass tacks too as well. Now, everybody wants to say that they chasing the bag. That's all of us every day. But I don't make it a priority. But that's the reality of the world. So let's do it like this. So let's say let's say we have a sponsor for your show. The revenue from that sponsor, 50% will come to us, 50% will go to you. Hopefully I didn't stutter. I'm going to say it again. 50% of the sponsorship revenue goes to us, to the Wet Network, and 50% goes to you, the content creator. So let's say you had 5 sponsors. I'm saying hypothetically, you have 5 sponsors that sponsors your show, that have commercials before and after your show. 50% of that revenue is yours. 50% goes to the Wet Network. Just sit on that real quick. Just think about it real quick. I'm being for real. Just sit back and think about it. Now, YouTube is no disrespect to YouTube. We broadcasting live on YouTube, so anybody who's listening, from the YouTube corporate conglomerate, no disrespect. What I'm saying is, YouTube only pays you pennies on the dollar. Even if you have a million subscription, have a million in subscriptions or a million views, you are only getting paid pennies on the dollar. Now imagine all the money that YouTube makes, sponsorships that they're getting, and they split it with you for 50%. Let that marinate on your membrane. And when we come back, because this is coming up on the top of the hour, it's right now it's 5:59 my time here in Pacific time. Time zone. About to be 6 o'clock. So we're going to take this commercial break, and I will elaborate much, much more on what you can get with the Wet Network. And we are back where I am back here for hashtag Fade to Black. I am your host, Donnell Lamonte Morris. Now, we're talking about the Wet Network. As you can see on my side right here, I this way, but should be put this way. Right now, you are seeing the network in action. I actually paused the show. This actually was the birth of hashtag Fade to Black, but at the time it was the Alamonte show, Extremely Pissed. So this is where the very first episode of hashtag Fade to Black, but like I said, went under a different name at that time. So let me go ahead and press play. This is where me and Teach, y'all know as Anita Job, she's in Cameroon right now. She's on her second week. Hopefully that she's doing okay. She's doing all right. But yeah, this is one of the first episodes, the first episode that eventually morphed into hashtag Fade to Black. This is what you're gonna see. This is where we at right now with the Wet Network. And then I forgot to tell y'all too as well. You can pause and you can switch through. You won't be able to switch through the channel because also we got a guide with it as well. But it also have a guide on what's the next episode will be. Describes the show, and you just get that home feel, that theater feel with the Wet Network. I mean, something that you will not get with anywhere else. So, but also I said I wanted to elaborate on the bag. And I just want to tell content creators and musicians this. This is your work. A lot of y'all got skin in the game. A lot of skin in the game. And that's also one of our biggest requirements when you want to join the Wet Network. You have to have at least 3 years. At least 3 years of experience with producing video content or producing music. At least 3 years. You have to have skin in the game. Which goes on to the point we're trying to make at first. This is your work. This is not the Wet Network's work. This is your work. You put your heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into this. Last thing that the Wet Network needs to do is tell you, listen to me, tell you what you should do with your content. Now, there's going to be some aspects where we're going to have to, follow the copyrights and guidelines. Don't get me wrong on that one. But all these copyrights and copyrights infringements and the reason why your video needs to be taken down because the music was copywritten and all that stuff, majority of the time is BS. And this is what's going to tear the Wet Network apart from all other platforms like a YouTube or Facebook. Because we're not going to do that. We trust that you, the creator, the musician, knows what's right and what's wrong. We shouldn't be the ones to police you on your content because we trust that you know that you are within your legal right of what you do with your content, what's in it, and what you use. But do we need to watch out for our butts at the end of the day? Yes, we do. But that shouldn't all be on that. You know what I mean? I just can't sit there and say, we want y'all to do y'all thing, but when the shit hits the fan, we gonna cover our ass. We're gonna watch out for number one. But we want you to still post your content on our stuff. How much sense does that make? It's like I don't want the Wet Network to be like the Wild Wild West. When I'm sitting there saying y'all can do whatever y'all want, but then when the law comes in, I'm hightailing it up the hill. or to the sunset, as they would say. We don't do that here. And we try not to do that. We're not going to do that. Y'all should have every right to post your content and have people who love your content or people that are new to seeing your content have the freedom to look at it and enjoy it. This is what's going to make the Wet Network legendary. So when we first started advertising out the Wet Network, we didn't get too many people jumping on board. But now we are giving y'all another chance. Go to our Facebook page, #FadeToBlack Facebook page. Well, you can. Facebook didn't want us to use the hashtag, so just put Fade to Black. Message us and say that you're interested, and we talk furthermore in detail with you about the Wet Network, even further than what I'm saying on this show right now. Because this is truly something I am so thankful for and grateful for, that I am actually showing this right here, ladies and gentlemen, showing the Wet Network. This has been a long time coming for me. And for me to produce great content, to be a co-founder of a great venture, and helping content creators and musicians out, helps me to sleep well at night. I don't have to worry about the bad, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know why? Because the bottom line going to follow, no matter what. The bag's going to follow. That's going to be the results of my work, of Beast's work, and of your work. The bag's going to follow. You don't have to say, man, I'm just doing this for bad. Don't even worry about that. We just worry about you producing great content. And for us to post it on the Wet Network, to put it out there to the world. And I promise you, the bag will come. Or I like to say it like this, the bag will be there. No more hoping, wishing, and praying. If there's something that you've been looking for, it's finally here. It's the Wet Network, baby. The drip, drip of the culture. We may not be World Star Hip Hop, and also we're not going to condone any videos that merely comes close to World Star. That's another reason why the Wet Network was created too as well. We want to compete with World Star. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of videos that World Star produced that I do like. But majority of the videos depict us, Black folks, in a horrible light, which actually their owner was an African-American man. So we want to change that narrative. We want to change how we see ourselves. Now we can show ourselves as content creators, show off our music, show off our skills, rather than seeing us in very questionable situations and living up to stereotypes that have been placed on us for over 400 years. This is the time we change that. And that's what we're going to do with the Wet Network. So once again, check out the Wet Network right down here as it strolls down at the bottom. And you will see this lovely video right here showing right now live. This is also live too, ladies and gentlemen. This is also streaming right now as we speak. As you see this wonderful, sexy thing up here at the top sitting here talking. Kind of look like me, you know. Kind of look, gorgeous, handsome, sexy, yeah. But yeah, catch up on shows that you loved or missed. We're uploading new episodes of hashtag Fade to Black on there as well. Excuse me. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't eat nothing today other than me going to McDonald's and having me. Yes, I tried a new chicken sandwich, which was pretty good. I had freaking a cheese. I had a double cheeseburger, and I had a quarter pounder with cheese. So, excuse me. So forgive me. It actually hit the spot. Finally got the workout finally, and I'm gonna work out again. I'm gonna do a 2 a days today. I need to definitely catch up because I feel like I've been growing a belly. So yeah. Um, but I want to introduce our other secondary sponsor because I'm gonna end the show a little bit short today. Let me see. Sky Zone Society, ladies and gentlemen. Sky Zone Society sells clothes, candles. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. They got scented candles for Xbox and a new PlayStation 5. Yes, you heard that right. Scented candles for the Xbox and the new PlayStation 5. Also, they got hoodies, shirts, hats, and even if you're in the local area, they do video photography as well as photo photography. And with this COVID happening all over the world, well, all over the country, drone videos, drone pictures. Yes, you heard right. Drone pictures. As it scrolls on the bottom, go ahead and make your order right now. Sky Zone Society. And we like to thank Sky Zone Society for sponsoring the show, as well as RealCheddarBoyPopcorn.com as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying earlier, this was a long time coming to start the Wet Network. And I just cannot wait to hear from all the content creators and musicians that want to be a part of something that's going to be just only going to get bigger as days, the months, and the years go on. And that they remember the first time they made that call or sent that message to either me or Beast Johnson and decided to come work with us to put out their content. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait. You just don't know how excited I am about this and excited that I get to push this out here. So hopefully on Friday, I will have Beast Johnson explain his side of it. It will be a much longer show if I had him because he got his different views on it, but I just gave y'all my view. So once again, if you are a content creator with more than 3 years, 3 years in the game or more, please contact us. Go to Fade to Black Facebook page, message us, and we will get back to you. And we talk more in depth than what I just did on this show to see how we can help you and how you can help us. So let's go and get into this final thought. All right, let me go ahead and take this off. So now we full screen. My final thought is this. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all know I keep it 100 on this show with y'all. Y'all usually see me with headphones and ear and all that stuff, but I've unfortunately left it in my freaking workout bag because I'm gonna work out later tonight. And also you can see I'm the only one holding it down on the show and all that stuff. So when you ever in a situation like this, keep going. Keep going. I go by this saying and this story. So I'm gonna go off with this saying. Keep going. Keep going. Like I'm not mad because my panelists didn't come on the show. I'm not mad at all. I did this before. I'm true to this. But I just gotta know that I'm capable of doing the job and that I gotta keep on going. That I come on this show, say how I feel, get down to it, keep it going. From start to the middle to the end. Not everything's gonna fall your way, but you make it work. You make it work to the point where people don't see you sweating, that people don't see you being fragile. Only thing they need to know and see is that, well, damn, he didn't have his panelists, he didn't have his headphones, but damn it, he still did the damn thing. Which lead me to this story. Now, this is a story that I heard from one of my mentors, who I wish I could. I wish I still had his number out because I always call him every day, or I try not to call him every day. But he told me this story of this preacher. Now, back in the day, you had like preachers and churches. They usually travel. So this one man, he got this one flyer, this one guest preacher, speaker is going to be in his neighborhood. So he decided to come over, thinking that it's going to be like a whole busload, truckload of people there. But to find out that he was the only one that came. The only car, he's like looking around. Only vehicle he see is like the buses and the trucks with that they load off all the equipment, and also you see the trailers of where the staff and where everybody stays. So he parks, he goes in trying to figure out, am I in the right place, and realize like, yeah, I'm at the right place. Goes in the tent. Obviously, no cars. Don't expect to see the whole entire tent filled, empty. He sits up at the front. The preacher comes, he walks up on stage. Now, for anybody who's expecting to have a crowd, not to have a crowd, it'll be very disheartening. You will feel empty. But most of all, you just feel dejected, and you would just walk off stage like, F it, cancel. Not this preacher. This preacher went up on stage and he did his sermon. He did his show. I'm gonna go back and say he entertained and did his thing like the whole house was packed. Like, not only did he perform like the whole entire tent was packed, but people were still coming in type of performance. And that man, the only guy in the audience, feeling the Holy Ghost, sitting there clapping like, yeah. Felt like this dude just did the show just for him. And when the preacher got done, he went down there and he sat with that man. He sat down with him. He said, I appreciate you coming to my show. And the guy asked the preacher, why did you still do the show? And it was just only me. And the preacher says, it could be one person or 100,000 people. Show is a show. If I can entertain one person, I know you will go back and you will tell everybody and your friends that that preacher did his thing, and that they will want to come and see what you saw. And that it doesn't change just because I just perform for you. Because how I perform for you is how I will perform to 100,000 people. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, things may happen. But as long as you got 2 feet, arms, fingers, a head, a good mind, good heart, good soul, and a determination that doesn't quit, and you're doing what you love, it's not all going to happen on day one. Continue putting in the work, and it eventually will come. You're going to eventually have that one viewer become 5 viewers. 5 viewers become 50 viewers. 50 viewers become 250 viewers. 250 viewers becomes 1,000 viewers. 1,000 viewers turn into 20,000. Sky's the limit. And then also think about it. All your favorite content creators, they had to start somewhere. You had some that start up from the below the ground, and look where they at now. Remember, a tree had to grow from under the ground, and that's the lowest of lows. But as well as the tree grows and gets stronger and grows its branches, and never forget its roots. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for me. Don't forget to check out the Wet Network, and we will be back on Friday where I will have all the panelists on the show. So thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another edition of Hashtag Faith to Black. Like I said, I'd like to thank Sky Zone Society for sponsoring one half of the show, and then also Real Cowboy Popcorn for sponsoring the other half. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in. I've been your host, Donnell Lamonte Morris. Y'all have a good one. You hear? Outro. Bye.